What's up, guys? Kevin here, and I'm bringing you a little bit of replay action in, whee, messing with the camera views, sorry. Bringing you a little bit of replay action with, in War Thunder. And now I don't normally do, replays, but I figured this would be an interesting one to watch because it was, first of all, it was in arcade mode, which is not something that I usually play. And secondly, it was a very interesting series of events that unfolded. Now here we are flying out the Hurricane, the Hurricane, cute, the Hurricane Mark II, which is the one with the 12 7.62 millimeter machine guns. I believe it's 7.62s and not 7.7s. But we've got a whole bunch of planes around here. I'm actually just going to unpause and try and slow it down a little bit so that turn off the replay speed right there, so that we can go ahead and see what's going on. We're at about half speed right now. We have one plane up above, as you can see. Maybe if it catches on the recording, you've got that plane right there. Have to assume that's a bomber because of how high it is, how much higher it is than even myself, who climbed straight away from the start. And then down here we have a couple of planes that are clearly fighters. There's two right there, and now there's two more that are coming up out of the clouds and right at us. So here is the full view, essentially, of what we've got going on. We've got the two planes down below, the two mid-altitude planes, the one high-altitude plane dead ahead, and then the one high-altitude plane off to the left. Now, unfortunately, you can't see the markers, the distance markers, like you would be able to if it was a live recording from arcade mode. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to try and keep it slow and break it down, because it does all unfold very quickly. So we've got this plane right here that's pitching up towards me. This was the closest plane. So we're going to nose down on him, slow it down a little. This is a P-36 right here. And he wants to go head on. Now, I'm not afraid of a P-36 head on in a Hurricane Mark II. I've got more guns. I'm using the tracer rounds, just lots of incendiaries. And we're going to close in fairly quickly on each other. And we're going to see how this unfolds. And I come by here, start shooting first, and get a pilot kill. And I pull off. Now, as soon as I pull off, I notice that this guy in this biplane has not turned away. So he's still coming, trying for a head-on. Initially, I was going to pull away and continue to pull away to avoid the head-on with the head-on collision with the P-36 that has since disappeared. Oh, there it is. Silly me. To avoid that collision. Now, he's already dead, and you can see you got a whole bunch of friendlies behind us. But now we've got to deal with this guy coming right at us. Now, again, flying a Hurricane Mark II, have those 12 machine guns, and I've also got tracer rounds full of incendiaries. Wooden plane incendiary rounds. I'm not exactly afraid. So I come in head on with him, and boom, he bursts into flames. Now, here's the next part of this. Obviously, we've got all the shells falling down into the clouds. So there's still the two mid-altitude planes dead ahead. And I'm going to fly right towards these. And going to try and pitch up and go head-on with that guy right there. Now, he is a little bit higher than I was expecting. But I managed to get up underneath him and just, once again, biplane made of wood. Initially, what I was going to do was continue on straight. But, as you can see, I've pitched over to the left because I noticed this guy, this lag. It's a lag 3.5, I think, 3.35 over here. And he is starting to turn towards me. Now, I want to get as close to him as possible because he obviously has a 20mm cannon. If he lets that 20mm fly, even though, like I said, I do have a fairly heavy machine gun armament for this, early tier plane, it's still no 20mm. So I want to get as close as I can to him personally, so that I can hopefully hit with as many of those MGs as possible and really just try and tear him up. Now, going head-on with a lag, not a good idea. I wanted to get in on him before he straightened out. So you can see he hadn't quite straightened out, and I managed to turn in on him, get some good shots. Obviously got hit right there once, but he is very on fire and in a lot of trouble. Now, I wanted to turn back over here because we've got the other planes still flying. I don't remember what that. I think that's a PBY up there, PBY-5. But we've got our last plane here. This I-15, this Chaika here, and he just doesn't even see me. Break off his wing, set him on fire, and boy, it was a bad day to be flying straight. And we're going to speed it up because I turned down or turn left to try and get after this guy right here. So we've got this lag 3, and I'm obviously going to dive on him. I've got the advantage over him because he's not paying any attention. And I'm going to try and light him up, get a few good shots in, some slight damage, but only to the fuel tank, and dive underneath him. So we've got this guy coming up right here. He might have been in a MiG-3. I can't recall from the match, but we've got this guy, coming down on us, and he gets some shots off. Luckily, I don't get hit, but I do have the problem of now I'm in an arcade battle and I've let somebody else, dive down on me. Now you can't see it in the the replay. Well, you can barely see him. There's another Chaika right here going head on. And I managed to light him up too with those incendiaries, but now I've got a MiG-3 and a lag 3 on my tail, and I've just got to dive out. And unfortunately, I don't quite make it to the rest of the through the rest of the match. Got a whole lot of spinning around right into the ground. Very embarrassing. But I just wanted to show off that first part, just to show sometimes you just get lucky and everyone wants to line up for you. So yeah. So that was the aftermath. Now I'm flying out a Mark 1, and I only get 1 kill, which is very unfortunate. Started off well, didn't finish well, but just wanted to show you guys that. So thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. I'll try to put up more War Thunder content soon, but I can't promise anything. So we'll see if I get any good matches worth replaying. Entirely possible. Of course, it's entirely possible I don't. Until next time, take care.